Good morning, Houston. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. Thanks for staying up with us this morning for our continuing coverage of this winter storm that's hitting Houston right now. I'm Stephanie Simmons here with Ron Trevino.
What a morning. Now we've got team coverage right here on KHOU 11 across the greater Houston area this morning. We have meteorologist Cheetah Craft, Chris Ramirez with traffic expert Jennifer Reyna, and our Cheryl Mercedes keeping her eye on the power grid and power outages across the area.
And out across the Houston area, we have Stephen Goen live in the Woodlands for us, Julissa Garza live in Northwest Harris County, and Devon Broming live near downtown this morning. But first, we're going to start with Cheetah Craft.
Yeah, and those live shots from all of our reporters, they continue to get more and more snow filled, as does our radar. I mean, it is really starting to come down across the city. What's producing all this moisture? It is this area of low pressure that is causing us to pick up all this snow. Yeah, exactly what we thought. Already we have several reports of over an inch of snow, areas in Montgomery, Waller County, Harris County, Northwest Harris County, and then get this, in Liberty County, just from the National Weather Service, picked up 3 inches of snow. So yeah, when all is said and done, yeah, this snow accumulation is happening right now. Live look outside heading into the Med Center. Here's Main Street right through Herman Park. Snow-covered Herman Park. What an image to see, and you can see those active snow flurries right now. Okay, this is what I want you to take away. So not only are we dealing with temperatures below freezing, 30, you factor in the wind. Wind right now out of the northeast at 32 miles per hour. It's feeling like 14 degrees. Our feels like temperatures are dangerous across the area. So overall, actual air temperatures are in the 20s and 30s. Winds right now between about 10 to upwards of 20, 25 miles per hour. Take a look, Galveston sustained at 32, and that's what's making those dangerous wind chills. So, you know, I'll bring in meteorologist Chris Ramirez. We're going to be tag teaming all morning. And these are dangerous conditions, and yet we're going to hit this again overnight tonight.
Yes, that is true. And there is going to be a brief period that we're going to be above freezing later on this afternoon. So anything that's frozen is going to have the opportunity to melt and become wet. And once we go into the evening hours, everything's going to refreeze again because those overnight lows are going to drop into the 20s and into teens. And eventually we're going to see those above freezing temperatures as late as tomorrow afternoon. So we're still going to be under the gun for hazardous conditions, even though the precipitation is expected to stop between 10 and 11 o'clock. Temps getting up to about 35, 36 degrees. We could see some 37-degree temperatures. We're going to see those skies actually clear out, and that sunshine could cause some melting as well. So overnight lows dropping to dangerously cold conditions. It's going to be the coldest night that we've seen, the coldest temperatures that we've seen for the past few days. Areas up to the north likely into the teens, upper teens here in Houston, even Angleton at 17 degrees. So as we look at the next few days, we are expecting an eventual warm up as we head into Thursday and Friday. And then eventually we're tracking another weather system that's going to bring us some possible showers as we head into next Sunday and Monday. Let's take a look at the roads with Jen.
Yeah, this is so unusual. Everything covered in snow. We've been telling you for the past couple of days that you should limit your travels and not take the risk if you don't have to be out there. Multi-truck crash is going to be here for a while. Richmond and Rosenberg area, I don't expect it to clear. 69 northbound is shut down at FM 762. Of course, you have access to 90 and also the feeder road. Another major crash involving a spin out, a truck that simply lost control here, East Freeway at the East Belt. And you can just see the markings there with the driver probably trying to correct the spin out, but then ended up in the area here off of the left shoulder. So you can just see what it happens to look like when you actually lose control out there. North Freeway at Hogan, this is downtown Houston, where those elevated surfaces are going to be the most concerning for drivers. Take it slow, and look at that winter wonderland in Houston, right? 69 at Spur 527 right near the Med Center for folks coming into town. So over to you.
All right, thank you, Jen.
Yep.
Now this morning we've been hearing the Galveston Island is going to be going from sandy to snowy.
Our Troy Class joins us live from Galveston Island this morning. Troy, what are you seeing there?
Hey, Stefan, good morning. Yeah, what we can see is, a lot of ice and snow just blanketing the roadways here. We're right along the Seawall Boulevard, and if you want to take a look to my left here, you could probably hear the wind kicking up, which has been the main issue. But here, take a look here. You can see all of the ice and snow that is covering the roadways, and it's also, you can see it's covering the sand on the beach as well. Now there are some cars going by. We have seen just very few that have been on the road so far. But again, that's what we've been feeling and experiencing. Some snow obviously still sticking on the ground, but you can just feel the ice still continue to hit you, and that wind really making things an issue down here. So I do want to spin you over here to my right, because there are some things that are still open in Galveston, including this IHOP here, where the only customers inside are Galveston police officers. I could see some employees out this morning that were putting some ice and snow melt compound on the sidewalk here, so these first responders, they can have somewhere safe to eat while they're going to be out, potentially, hopefully not responding to any issues on the roadways here. But yeah, again, you can see behind me, this is just all of the snow and ice on the road here. And again, that is what we are seeing down here. So we'll keep updated on the conditions out here as well. We'll send it back to you.
Gosh, you can
What
hear
a
it
shot.
coming
What a
down.
shot.
Yeah, but nothing better than a warm stack of pancakes on a day like
That's
this,
true.
right?
That's it. They've earned every one of those pancakes.
Yes, they sure have. All right. As we continue to track snowfall in and around the Houston area, one place that saw a lot of snow early this morning was the Woodlands.
With fat flakes. Yeah, Stephen Goen has been in the Woodlands all morning and joins us live again. Stephen, your snowball continues to get bigger and bigger. I want you to throw it to something, you know, not at someone, but at something. Throw that thing.
Yeah, we had that snowball all morning long. We'll have to bring it back later on today to kind of show you just how much snow we've been accumulating. The snow was falling pretty consistently all morning long. You caught us in the middle of a break here, so we want to take this moment to show you just how much snow has actually been piling up. Look down here. We have a credit card and a gift card that we just stuck in the snow. We've had them out here for about an hour now, so you can see, kind of conceptualize how high the snow is getting. These average card size is about 2 inches on the short side. So you can see the snow maybe an inch or two unofficially here in the Woodlands area in College Park. So that's what we're looking at here when it comes to the snow total. As far as the roads go, we are seeing those roads still looking very clear at this hour, even after all the snowfall that we saw this morning. So we know they were pre-treated very well. We're seeing some cars driving by right now. Some slick spots, but no snow on the road. So people who are waking up and going to work right now in the Woodlands, that is what they can expect on the road. Just some slick spots, no snow. Toss it back to you.
Wow. All right, Stephen. It's pretty behind him, though.
Yeah, I still want to get that snowball and throw it at a tree or something like that.
In due time, Ron.
want it to
Okay, we're gonna
explode
wait
against
till
the
it's
tree.
big like a snowman and then see
some
what he
action.
does with it.
All right.
Now let's get out to the northwest side of town, out near Cypress.
That's where we find Jalissa Garza, who grew up in Houston. This must be magical to you, Jalissa.
You know what, Ron and Steph, it is magical to me, I'll tell you. I remember one time when I was going to KDISD and where there was some little flurries outside, a bunch of us ran outside and we would wait and watch KHOU 11 and say, is school canceled, is school canceled? Well, good news for the kids this morning. School is canceled and you can enjoy the snow. Look behind me. This is 290 right before the Mason exit here in Cypress near the Buc-ee's. You can see on this side where the grass is, that's where that snow has been accumulating and piling up. But the roads are pretty clear. We've seen multiple TxDOT crews come in through here, continuing to treat those roads, making sure those who have to be on the road, like our constable deputies and our sheriff's deputies, have been here at Buc-ee's. And honestly, we're seeing a crowd kind of pick up. If you remember a few hours ago, y'all, it was like a ghost town over here at Buc-ee's, which is crazy because we all like Buc-ee's. But I do got some good news for the people in Cypress this morning. My friends out here, it is not as windy as it was earlier. If you remember, I was getting, attacked by the wind. I told Cheetah I felt personally attacked. But I do want to give you another look at this snow. Steven's been inspiring me to make a snowball. Oh my gosh, but this is cold. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If you got those little hand warmers to put in here, you might want to do it. Ron, I'm not gonna throw it at anybody. I'm just trying to, give an example. This is some fun you could have out here in Cypress this morning. So hopefully you take advantage of it, but bundle up, because when I tell y'all I am cold and I have a lot of layers on, I'm still cold. Ron, Steph.
All right, Jalissa Garza going through her second childhood. Thank you so much. All right, sticking with our weather coverage this morning. Earlier, we showed you some major snow piling up outside downtown.
That's right. Our Devon Roming joins us live from downtown Houston. Devon, how's it going out there? Can you feel your toes and your nose?
You know, surprisingly, I can, considering I got on my wool socks, I got on my snow boots. Face isn't covered, but we're good for the most part, considering it feels like a winter wonderland out here in Eleanor Tinsley Park, just off of Buffalo Bayou. You can see just how extensive this snowfall is, and the fact that the neighborhood folks have come out to make the most of it. We got a snowball fight going down right here. You can see right here on live TV, these folks making the most of this opportunity that we rarely get to see here in this area. There's also a dog taking advantage of all this here too. Surprise! But yes, folks are making the most of this opportunity here in just outside of downtown Houston as the snow continues to pick up. We actually took our first measurement and our last hit about 15, 20 minutes ago or so, and we hit just over an inch here in Eleanor Tinsley Park. So as this snow continues to fall, we are going to continue to see the accumulation totals start to pile up here with the snow falling at a rapid rate. For now, we'll send it back to you guys.
Helmet.
Yeah, you got to use what you have there.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
All right, Jen, what are you seeing out there on the roads? We were showing viewers the pier earlier. Is that still pretty bad there?
Yeah, I mean, this is the east side, and it's a truck that's spun out. And you know, these heavier vehicles, when you're heavier in the front end and lighter in the back end, then you start to like spin out easier and lose control. And you can see the snow markings off of I-10 the east here at the Beltway, where the driver tried to make the correction and just couldn't exactly clear himself. So no tow truck on scene, and police are not there, but I do see these flares up. So I'm not sure if that truck had the flares already as part of the emergency kit or what, but hey, that's a prepared driver. I mean, if something bad happens, at least he's warning other drivers, hey, there's a problem here. This is 69 at Spur 527. You know, this is where 5969 comes up on an overpass and then dumps back in and meets 288 and dips down into downtown Houston. Very snowy conditions. I've seen drivers come through here, but they're definitely driving at a slower pace. No one on the roads right now, and that's a good thing. Police on scene, East 6 Freeway at 1960. I just saw some flashing lights. Thought I'd show you, if you're up in the Kingwood area, what your pavement is looking like. This is 290 at Tidwell. I mean, everything has that blanket and that coating, but it makes it hard that if you are driving to see any markings. I mean, you know where you're going, I'm sure, because of the walls that are up and your exit signs, but just take it slowly, like this driver, North Loop at Hirsch. It's going to be one of those mornings and actually days where you need to use a ton of precaution and limit travel if at all possible. But if you have to be out there, headlights on, avoid using cruise control, be aware of any icy spots if at all possible, and be careful even on those lesser traveled roads where maybe TxDOT didn't get to the de-icing, but thanks to them, they did it days in advance, and a lot of our highway conditions are at least decent this morning. I mean, dangerous, but decent for somebody to get on the roadways. But where are you going? Bush and Hobby are closed, along with a lot of other locations. Cheetah, I know we're trying to spell out the timeline so that if somebody does have to get out today, they can at least maybe hit the roads.
Yeah, you know, I think sleet and snow will be pretty much out of here by lunchtime, so active falling sleet and snow. But look what you're dealing with. I mean, even if you're not dealing with, you know, active snow falling, you're going to be dealing with what has already fallen. This is a live shot. The winds are really strong in Galveston. Our live reporter Troy Kless is out there, and I mean, this is the snow-covered beaches. This is sand completely covered in snow in Galveston. I mean, what a sight to see. And really just 2 hours ago, we were not seeing that. That happened really, really quickly. So live look, now this is a different vantage point, okay? This is from the San Luis Hotel. You can see the pier there, everything right along Seawall Boulevard. Palm trees with the snow. You do not see this very often, right? What a shot in Galveston this morning. I'll take you over a live look over the Gulf Freeway. You can see some of the drops on the lens, but very snow covered from the Galleria. Take a look at this vantage point. I mean, I can almost walk you anywhere across the city right now, and snow is blanketing the area. Back to Katie. I've been showing this shot this morning, but it continues to accumulate as well. So not only on the surface streets, but now on the freeway as well. So everybody waking up to snow. Here's a live look at the radar. Now, notice Galveston this morning, continuing to see snow actively falling. I'm going to bring in Chris Ramirez, meteorologist Chris Ramirez. Chris, we have been tag teaming all morning, but just to see those images out of Galveston across the city, we've already had accumulations of 1 to 3 inches of snow across the area.
Wow, unbelievable. It's something that you probably wouldn't hear being in Houston. But if you are walking outside, you want to be extremely cautious on those sidewalks. Definitely layer up. You heard Jaleisha earlier on saying that it feels like it's stinging your face. So wear gloves, hat, dress in layers, and also limit travel on those icy roadways. You heard Jen say that even if you are the perfect driver, it's the other drivers that are probably going to be, probably not careful. So this afternoon, as we go into those warmer parts of our day, we are expecting temperatures to briefly be above freezing as we get closer to 3 o'clock, 4 p.m. Skies are going to clear. It's going to be mostly sunny for this afternoon, and that is when we're going to have the opportunity for anything that has fallen to melt into wet conditions, and then we're going to be back below freezing later on tonight. So we are expecting low 20s, upper teens. That is going to refreeze anything, and we are definitely expecting these icy conditions to last into the early hours of Wednesday. So we're tracking the latest for you as we progress throughout the day. Ron, Steph.
All right, thank you so much, Chris Ramirez.
All right, so we're going to go to another Chris now, helping us with our extended coverage today. This is Chris Sadeghi, live from Hobby Airport, joining us from our sister station in Dallas. What are you seeing there, Chris?
Yeah, Steph, you will never see Hobby Airport this barren. There are not planes in the sky, no cars in the parking lot, because it has been shut down, just like Bush International. They made the call yesterday to completely stop air travel because they were expecting this winter storm. They shut it down at midnight. Now the question is, when will air travel resume? Airport officials said they will be watching this storm and make that determination as soon as they feel comfortable. It's possible the cancellations could go into Wednesday, but we will wait on that. We do know that they were trying to make sure the thaw happens as quickly as possible. We were out here yesterday and we saw them putting the de-icing agent down on the runways, much the way they're putting it down on the roadways for those who might have to get out and travel today on the roads. But if you were expecting to fly out of either Hobby or Bush International, check with your airlines. The travel waiver programs are in effect for many of them, so you can change your flight and do so without getting the fees. That's something they do when you have circumstances that are outside the control of the airline, such as the storm we are experiencing right now. So we will be monitoring the airports and let you know when the flights might resume. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Chris Sadeghi, with our sister station from Dallas, doing us a little favor here at Hobby Airport.
Yep. All right, so we know the snow is fun. It's a fun change for Houston, but we know it can also cause a lot of anxiety with the freeze back in 2021. We're not going to have anything like that, but we did have mass power outages then across Houston.
Fingers crossed.
So we're staying on top of this should anything change, but our Cheryl Mercedes joining us live now in the newsroom. Cheryl, how's the power grid looking right now?
It's good news to report. Right now, we're looking at just over 2,200, but this is actually an improvement, a slight improvement from just before 7 o'clock this morning. There was just over 2,400, so it appears crews are out there working. Now, earlier this morning, ERCOT issued a transmission emergency for South and Southeast Texas. Now, that means that this extreme cold weather and ice, well, they're affecting the power lines and potentially leading to power outages or disruptions in those areas. And of course, we are seeing it in Brazoria, Harris, and Galveston now. Those conditions overall on the grid are good, but in those areas we are seeing outages. If we take a look at those counties, we are seeing in Brazoria, that is in South Texas here, just over 1,100 outages. In Harris County, that includes Houston, of course, just under 900 outages. This is CenterPoint reporting these outages. And in Galveston, just over 200 outages here in Galveston County. And of course, that includes the island where KHOU was showing us the snow out there over the beaches. And of course, we did see that in 2021. I was out there and it was pretty crazy to see that overnight. See the sand, and then of course the next morning you wake up and boom. And the power was out there, and it was rather chilly. A lot of hotels had to close. Residents had to find other places to go because there was no power. So not as extreme as we're seeing it right now. Right now, the conditions are relatively favorable to people being able to go outside and enjoy and come back in and warm up. But if you are one of those folks without power, then you know that it is a chilly place to be and it's not exactly comfortable. If we go over to Entergy, we are keeping an eye on those outages as well. We are seeing just east of Cleveland, that is northeast Houston, in that area, there's just over 100 outages, but we aren't seeing many outages other than that to Entergy customers. The grid conditions are looking okay. This morning we started out with the reserves just over 10,000 megawatts, and now we're just over 8,000. So we are keeping an eye on that. But if we look at supply and demand, overall conditions are looking good. We do know that CenterPoint reported yesterday they've got 3,000 people, crews on the ground working to restore power. They've got 3 staging areas, including 1,200 folks from out of town, states that are in town to help restore power to individuals who have lost power. We are starting to see power come back on. One of those staging sites is at Moody Gardens in Galveston, so that's great news for people there on the island who may have lost power. You could be seeing it come back soon. So we are going to keep an eye here on the grid and outages from CenterPoint and Entergy and bring you the latest as we get them. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Cheryl, thank you. Both CenterPoint and ERCOT have received some serious heat in the past for not being prepared, so it appears like they're on it right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm really concerned about overnight into tomorrow as well.
They have crews staged and ready to go, so
fingers crossed. We're staying on top of it. Okay, so as you know, this winter storm can be dangerous, and we have concerns about power, but winter storms can also be a lot of fun. We've got snow sledding going on near downtown Houston. Devon Roming.
Steven.
Hey, Devon.
I'm Devon. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh, he's chatting with some of the sledders. He's having his own
friends
fun.
Out here. Don't mind me.
Devon, you're working right now. It's your turn.
He's meeting his fans.
Yeah, fans, I'm dead. No, listen, so we are having such a good time out here in Eleanor Tinsley Park outside of downtown Houston. You can see there are a ton of people that are making the most of this rare opportunity here in Southeast Texas. I mean, this is record-breaking here for folks that have never seen snow. I've been meeting people, this is their first snow. Some people, it's maybe their second or third snow. My friends over here that I was greeting before you guys came to me, you guys are out here with your makeshift sleds. Talk to me about this situation. What's going on here?
Okay, well, they don't sell standard sleds at Academy, but your plastic sled makes a perfect method to have some fun in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works, working, right?
Yep. This is what we have.
And this is your first snow, or?
No, I've seen a couple other snowstorms in Dallas, but there aren't too many around here, that's for sure. I just live 5 minutes away.
And what do you make of this?
This just came out of my closet from storage, and this is a lot of fun. I'm glad to have a day off.
Literally out of storage. It literally says, what, kitchen? Fragile kitchen. Here we are, making the most of it. No big deal. You guys live in the neighborhood here?
Sure, yeah. I live in Spring Branch. My office is the Americas Tower, and we wanted to see what it looked like. I mean, we don't get snow a lot in Houston. But I've done 2 winters in Topeka, Kansas. Never again. But this is fun. This is a lot of fun.
Let me ask you this: what were the roads like coming over here?
Well, very snowy. They get kind of slushy. I would say highly recommend people stay at home. Listen to the mayor. But not bad. I think it's okay right now. But as it gets colder and it's going to stay wet, it's going to freeze. It's going to be treacherous out there, Devin.
There you go. You guys have it there from folks who are experiencing this firsthand. I mean, everyone's out here making the most of this. Myself, my photographer, Noe, we too are trying to get in on the action here. And I got to tell you, it's quite a surreal experience to witness this happening here in Houston, Texas. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Oh, Devon, great reporting there. Those people are having such a good time. Let me tell you, folks, we'll check in with you in a little bit again. Devon, thank you. I was out running on Saturday, right where Devon is standing.
In the marathon?
No, that was Sunday where the changes already happened. But Saturday, we're doing like our, practice runs before the race. I was in a tank top and shorts in that exact location where Devon and all the families are. And now look, just what a difference a few days makes. But it's also so cute to see folks use whatever they can do to go down those hills.
If you can have fun in this, have fun. But be careful if you're driving. We don't advise you to drive anywhere. Also, boogie boards are good going down those hills. Boogie board. You take it to the beach?
Yeah.
You got those?
Yeah.
We're
not going to see a lot of toboggans today, folks.